Hi everyone, this is Diane. Many of you may recall that I recently destashed my Circus journal supplies because I'm trying to limit the types of journals that I do. And although I love Circus journals, I've made quite a few Circus journals and I just don't need to continue making them. So I destashed my huge collection, but I had a lot of digitals that I couldn't add into what I was selling. I have some ephemera, fussy cut pieces, some papers, a few papers, well, like pages. This is a whole collection of pages that I didn't use, but it turned out after I bought them, I realized that they're just individual pages, not junk journal pages. But I have an idea I might use them for, and I have a lot of journal cards. So I had a lot of printed ephemera that I didn't want to go to waste, and I know I'm not going to use all of it, but I had said at the time that I would try to make some ephemera with the pieces that I could then sell. So I'm working on that. I did some yesterday. I have these little folders and these fun pockets. Now these pockets were part of a digital set. I think the one I just showed you actually with the single pages. So I wanted to use the pockets, but I didn't need to embellish the pockets at all. So I decided to make a tag to go into the pockets. So that's what I did. Using some of the background papers that were digital and some of the ephemera. So this goes, excuse me, this goes in there. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. And then for the topper, I added some really fun eyelets, and these stars they're made to go with eyelets. I just put an orange one in this one and added a baker's twine tie. And here's this one. And the backs can be written on. So I had 3 of these pockets, so I made 3. So what I'm doing is making 3 sets of ephemera. So each set would get one of these and one of these, which I have to make one more of those today. I had to change the blade in my paper trimmer before I could make another one, so I just did that. And then I had these embossed cardstock pieces that were already done for Circus journals, and so I added some digital ephemera to them just to make some fun journaling cards. And I have some tags I'm working on too. So I want to get 5 or 6 pieces into each of those sets. So I have this folder, the last folder that I need to make, prepped. I had several of these popcorn cards, and this is cut to, I think, 5 inches by about 10 inches. So I need to just make sure I have it folded at the right place. So I place this on here. So I fold it the way it needs to be folded, and then I fold this back just to make sure that it's going to be smaller than the front so that it will fit. But then I will fold it back inside. Whoops, it's still a little wide. Now I'll just fold it on that fold line in there. So there's a little bit of space there, so this will fold in neatly. This hangs over, and I don't like that, so let's see if I can, yeah, I can trim a little bit off of that. I didn't do that quite right, did I? Okay. And I'm just going to glue that on. Well, first I'm going to round the corners. and I'm going to just rub some ink on this. Okay, I've rubbed that with ink, and now I'm going to just glue that on here. We'll add some rickrack, and then we'll do some decorating on the inside. Okay, here's my rickrack. I have a blue and a red. Okay, I use Fabri-Tac glue to adhere the rickrack down. And when that glue is dry, I will trim off the edges that are sticking off. But in the meantime, I have this Tim Holtz stamp that says "The future belongs to the curious," which I thought was great for a circus journal. And I'll stamp that right in the center. And then I want to put a little pocket here. And I have some scraps of scrapbook paper that I can do that with. That's a fun one with some circus tents. I don't have much of it. This is all I have. And it's such a cute scrapbook paper. Let's see. I don't need it to be too deep. Again, I want to make sure it doesn't interfere with the paper's folding. So not right up against the fold. I did find something that I might decide to use those pages, those digital pages that are single, and make a couple of like notebooks, not full-blown decorated journals, but wire-bound notebooks. I have these. This was bound with this red metal binding. I've never seen anything like that. And I didn't try cutting this off. But I just pulled and it tore off, and then I cut off the jagged part that was bound in. So I thought I might make, these could be journal covers, and I could make 2 wire-bound journals using some of those papers that I have and some more, just include some more of the cards and ephemera that I have. And I would just put basically pretty plain papers with some decorative papers, but like I'm not going to embellish, maybe add a pocket or 2. So if I decide to do that. And I'll just tuck that tag in there and trim this off. So now I have 3 each of 3 different ephemera pieces. I also have some tags started. So this is a cardstock piece. This piece of patterned cardstock went with the one I just cut, this one, from an old set that I had used years ago. And I just had a couple pieces left. So I made this one. That one's done, except I might add an eyelet in here and hang something off it. And I have this one started. I have another one of these word cards somewhere that's supposed to go on this. But this is a thin paper, so I need to back it onto something. That's not it. I know it's here because I just saw it. So I'm not gonna put anything there until I find that. And then I thought I would use this piece for another. And I thought I had a journaling card picked out, but I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was, I thought it went, maybe it was this one. I thought it went well with the colors here. That one goes well with the colors. That's not the one I had picked. But my desk is a mess as I am doing this. I kind of have things organized, like I know what spot to look at on my desk when I want something, but it's, if you saw it, you'd think it was a mess. All right, so this tag is 3 by 6.5. I remember that now without measuring. So I'm going to cut this 3 by 6.5, and then I will complete the tags. Now I'm looking in my cardstock scraps to use up as much of them as I can too. So I can put this one on the back of this. Okay, so I think this goes here, and then that says step right up. I can't remember what the other one said. And I just used my tab punch. Well, I know I'll find it because I saw it here just as I was prepping to make this video. I have a lot of different Circus journal kits that I'm using pieces of. Should have inked it before I put the tab on. I didn't ink around that one. And I don't have another one of these phrases, so I'll use this one. I have a set of stamps that go with this. And I used to know where, oh, let me see if it's in here. Yes. Okay. When I rearrange, I have to remember where I put things. I think that could look circusy. All right, so what I should have done was stamped it and then punch it out. That's a Stampin' Up! Punch. And then I'm not sure how soon after the punch came out, this set of stamps came out. 2007, they might have come out at the same time, I don't know. So if they did, then that stamp punch that's how old it is, from 2007. It doesn't look like a tab, does it? But lines up in there. And that's what you get. It's really fun. I feel like this needs a little something because it's not fancy like that. I don't know which way I like it better. I think maybe I want to get the yellows away from each other. Put something in between them. Yeah, that looks better. Now I'm going to put an eyelet in the tabs. And the way I do it is noisy. I keep saying I'm going to experiment with, I'm going to try to learn how to mute it, but I think I'll just, I don't have the patience at this time in my life. I'm feeling stress about stuff, so I think I will just delete this part that makes the noise. So I'm just going to use this tool to poke the hole, and then put the eyelet in there and use this tool with the hammer to set the eyelet. All right, I have the eyelets in. And I've got these colorful bulb pins, so I might as well use them. I've had them for a long time. I used to use them quite a bit. I'm putting an orange one in here. And I'll put a yellow one in there. And looks like the red ones are all gone. I think I'll do yellow again. Looking for a tiny tag to hang off of that. Got these tiny little vellum ones. I don't think I want vellum. I think these are small enough. They're glossy on one side, which I don't care for. I think I got these at Staples a long time ago. 1 3/32 of an inch by 3/4. And I think I'm going to stamp something on that, so I'm going to get out some of my new stamps. Okay, these are some of the stamps I bought myself for my birthday. saw some stars. It's on this one. Crafty by Tony. That little row of stars there. Let's see what we think of that. Okay. I like this. E for excellent, G for good, F for fair. If I stamp that on a slightly bigger tag, that would be cute. But I want to use these little ones. I did order some more of the big folders that I use for my large stamp sets, and they should be coming today. So I don't have to keep putting them in that plastic. What did I just see? This one. It says box 32 with a star. So it could be a seat at the circus. I don't know. Just something fun. We're not going to try to evaluate everything. So let me just see how this all stamps on here. I'm going to use the non-glossy side for stamping. I'll use red for the stars and maybe this turquoise, Warm Breeze. Of course, this whole thing won't fit on the tag. Well, we'll just go for it. Oh, that's cute. So I'm just going to do that on the other two. Now, I need to make the string a lot shorter. I want to make sure that is dry. Even though I did stamp it on the matte side, I don't want to smear it. I'm just tying a knot closer to the top of the tag. And now I can cut off the excess string, open up the bow pin, and there we go. One completed tag with a tiny tag attached. This is off center, this card, because it has numbers lined up here and I wanted them to show, just so you know. Now I'm just going to add these. I'll edit this part out. They're all done. They're cute. Now, when I think about a pocket, so what could I use as a digital piece for the pocket? I already used some of those. got these little fabric squares too, but I want to focus more on digitals, and if the fabric squares can help embellish, I can do that. All right, that would be good because it's horizontal. That one's on paper. But I'm going to back them anyway with something. Okay, I guess that's it. Those three. Oh, these three. Now, I saved some scrapbook papers. I put a lot of these are papers that I had pulled with my circus supplies, and I sold a lot of them, but I saved the scrap pieces for this exact project. Stripes here, stripes there. I don't know if it's good or bad to have them both, but I just really like this side. Maybe I'll use that. I want it to be a cardstock piece, not a paper piece. So this one does have stripes, but they're narrower. I think that looks good with that. Oh, that's the same thing. It's just smaller. I wonder if they were in 2 different digital kits. Sometimes you see duplicate images because they're vintage images that are public domain. These are all paper. That one's lightweight cardstock. That would work. I think I like that one better. I don't know. That one looks more circusy, more fun, polka dot fun. I figured I would make the pockets to be about 4.5 inches wide, not knowing what size journal they would be going into. Thought 4.5 would work. Or, let's see, that's 4.5. Yeah, that wouldn't work, not for that. So we're going to make them 5 inches wide. Now, since this is kind of lightweight, I think it would be good to back this with a red. This is just a lightweight paper, but it will add another layer. I just thought it would be a good way to help it. I don't know, it just needs something behind it before it lands on that, I think. I wanted to leave something at the top, some space at the top, so I could decorate it somehow. So I'm going to look for some kind of a trim. All right, I decided to just go with this rickrack. I tried a bunch of other things, but I like this rickrack with the gold trim. Okay, I eliminated or deleted a lot of what I was doing, but it was pretty repetitious. So I finished the 3 pockets, and I went with the red rickrack with gold on 2 of them, but I didn't like that on this one. so I used yellow. And I switched sides because I like this pattern, but it doesn't show up much, and the smaller design looked better than this bigger design with just a little bit peeking out. So 3 pockets and the 3 tags that we did in this video, plus these 3 cards that I did yesterday, and 3 folders, one of which I did today. I don't think I didn't put an embellishment on there. See if one of these shorter clowns would work. Oops, I put glue on his hat. Okay, so now that one is done. And these 3 pockets with these cute tags inside. So I might do some smaller embellishments with these clowns, although they're not all that small. So I don't know if this will be all that I'm selling, or I might make some more with these. I still have a lot of ephemera pieces, but I know I don't have time. I don't want to take the time to do them all. Oh, look, I found it. I knew I'd find it. Greatest show on earth. So it has been fun making these, so I don't mind making them, but I don't know how much time I want to invest. So I'm leaving it here for now, and maybe if I do those 2 journals with the wire binding, maybe I'll list everything at the same time, those journals and the ephemera sets. You'll just have to follow my channel and figure out what I just watch to see what I decide to do. That makes sense? So these are a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Do something creative today. Bye.